Well, breaking news coming in at the moment. There's been an earthquake in the Delhi-NCR region and tremors that have been felt. These are very strong tremors that we felt. In fact, I was just minutes ago. It was a very long earthquake that lasted a couple of seconds. In fact, it felt really long and it was very, very strong. And we could feel the tremors right here in the studio of NDTV in the Delhi-NCR region. This earthquake that hit the Delhi-NCR region just seconds ago, literally about a minute ago. A very long, a very strong earthquake that has been felt in the Delhi-NCR region. So we're talking about an earthquake in the national capital region and a very strong, a very powerful earthquake that was just felt here in Delhi. And details emerging as far as the earthquake is concerned. Very strong tremor. These are tremors that have been felt all along. To know where this originated from and details about this, we have Pallav Bagla joining us. Pallav, I was anchoring and, I could feel it, literally could feel it for a very, very long time. Take us through the details of what you have at this point in time. Of course, this is very initial in regard to the earthquake. Where did it originate from and, how strong was this earthquake?
But what we can tell our viewers is that at 5 minutes past 9 o'clock, 3 sharp tremors were felt in New Delhi. That is where I am based. And the tremors lasted for a few seconds. It's very hard to say what is the origin, what is the center of the earthquake, and what is the magnitude as of now. The Indian Seismology Center will monitor and send that information out. But this earthquake was felt strongly and the tremors went on for a few seconds. And like all tremors which happen in capital, they always send a shiver down people's spines because northern India is very prone to earthquakes because most of northern India lies in seismic zone 4 like Delhi does. And tremors, when they are felt in large cities, people always get very anguished about that. But as of now, I don't have reports of any damage or loss of life. Those kind of details would emerge. But yes, at 5 minutes past 9 o'clock, the tremors were felt in Delhi of an earthquake which lasted for a few seconds. And I at least counted 3 sharp tremors or 3 sharp waves going through the area where I am based.
A very strong earthquake that was felt, and like Pallav Bagla is saying that there were 3 strong tremors that were felt here in the national capital, that struck this area. Tremors that were felt across several parts of northern India, not just here in Delhi. The quake shook buildings and prompted residents to rush outdoors. But there has been no reports of damage or injury yet. But the kind of tremors that were felt were extremely strong. In fact, from, here in Noida, the NDTV office also felt the tremors. Pallav Bagla, take us through exactly your location and if you could feel the tremors while you were home this morning.
The tremors were felt. These kind of tremors, whenever earthquakes have happened, I have felt them several times. It's very hard to say whether they were stronger than earlier or lower in strength by earlier magnitude. It all depends on where the center of the earthquake was, the seismic center, and what is the depth of the earthquake. But yes, the entire northern Indian region is very prone to earthquakes because we have a big Himalayan fault right north of Delhi, and that Himalayan fault can cause very large earthquakes. So fortunately, this did not seem to be one of those big earthquakes which the northern Indian region has been waiting for. But we are still await details from the Center for Seismology of India, which would have monitored, and they would be giving out the details very soon.
Right. We also have our colleague Anushka joining us to get us the very latest. Anushka, from what we're hearing is 4.1 on the Richter scale is the kind of earthquake that hit not just Delhi and the NCR region, but the many parts of northern India as well. Take us through how strong, because we did feel it. It felt extremely powerful. It did feel like it was a long earthquake because one could feel it for quite a few seconds, to be precise. Anushka, what details do you have for us?
That's right, Divya. Strong tremors were felt in Delhi-NCR, and what we are learning by now is that it was on the scale of 4.1. Now, this is not the first time that such strong tremors have been felt in Delhi-NCR. We are seeing that quite often we see such kind of tremors. On Richter scale also, we are seeing that this was a tremor that jolted the entire Delhi-NCR area. And now, because we do know that it's an office going hour and there are a lot of people who are in fact on their way to office. So we do see by now that a lot of commotion can be seen outside the offices. A lot of people have in fact left their buildings because of the tremors that were felt in Delhi-NCR. It has been, said, by the IMD, the initial details that are coming are indicating that it was a 4.1. On Richter scale and strong tremors. In fact, three, tremors were felt. One earthquake, when the earthquake happened, one was the earthquake, tremors, and the other was after the earthquake that usually come, in mere seconds after the earthquake, happens in some regions. Over to you.
Right, Anushka, let's just also get in Pallav Bagla, who has been getting us all the very latest on this. Pallav, details have started to emerge, and we're talking about a 4.1 earthquake, on the Richter scale as far as this earthquake is concerned. It hit Delhi and the NCR region at 9:04 a.m. this morning. And of course, this is in regard to, it really lasted quite a few seconds like we've been discussing. Take us through, what does it really mean when we talk about a 4.1 on the Richter scale? How powerful was this earthquake?
As of now, I have no confirmation. I always get the message from the Institute for Seismology. If it was a 4.1 magnitude earthquake, then I can safely say that it would not cause too much damage, because usually damage occurs when earthquakes are of 6 and higher magnitude. So a 4.1 magnitude earthquake should be a wake-up call for cities in the northern Indian region who need to be more and more secure and be less vulnerable to earthquakes. But a 4.1 magnitude earthquake, I'm presuming if it is that, then it would not cause too much damage in most places, because this is not a very high magnitude earthquake. If it is 4.1, I still don't have confirmation of that. I'm awaiting the details, and also depends on what is the center for the earthquake. If it's very close to Delhi, then one can expect some damage. But if it's farther, like normally it happens in somewhere of